Good morning and welcome to Mindful Mondays. I think this is our 5th edition of Mindful Mondays. My name is Bob Cunningham and I'm an employee assistance counselor with Life and Work Connections. And just to share a little bit about myself, I have a master's degree in marriage and family therapy, and I'm a licensed professional counselor in the state of Arizona. Prior to coming to Life and Work Connections, the majority of my work experience was working in the substance abuse field and mental health field. And as you might imagine, a good portion of what we did in those areas was working to help people identify new coping skills. And it's something that we do with our employees here at the university all the time. And so I thought, why not talk a little bit with folks about the benefits of meditation? And when I bring this topic up to employees in the context of a session, a lot of times what I hear is, well, I've tried that once or twice and it doesn't work for me, so I just don't bother with it. It's not something that I can do. And so my message to you, and hopefully what I want to convey today, is that meditation is absolutely something that you can learn. It's something that you can do. The key to meditation is really finding out what type of meditation works best for you. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about different styles of meditation, and hopefully you can see if there's one that might fit for you. Now, before we get into different styles of meditation, I wanted to talk about this image for a moment. You see this picture of this guy on the stormy sea. And I think when I saw this image, I thought, this is sort of like what it's like to be in our minds sometimes. Especially right now, we have a lot of worry, a lot of uncertainty about what's happening in the world with this virus. We have uncertainty and worry about our employment, just general, about our families, just about things that are happening in the world. And then maybe in the context of our work, we may sometimes tell ourselves, I should have done this, I should have done that. We may hold ourselves to high standards. I need to do this, or I must do this. I have to be perfect. We have these unrealistic expectations at times. It creates this storm in our mind, right? And the thing about meditation is, it's this idea that although we might have this storm, there is this calmness within us and that we have access to all the time. And that's really what meditation is about, is learning to access the calmness, or the calm below the stormy sea that is there all the time. And I love this quote by Deepak Chopra that kind of sums this up. And he says that meditation is not really about making the mind quiet. Meditation is about entering the quiet, which is already there, which already exists. And I find that statement to be very comforting, because it says to me that, oh, this is something that's already within me. It's something that I can learn to do. I just have to learn some skills to learn how to access it. And that's really what meditation practice is all about. So what might be some potential benefits of meditation? And before I jump into those, I just want to give a shout out to my coworker, Tanya Lauer, because I stole this picture. She posted on our team water cooler this last week. It's a beautiful picture, so I wanted to share it with you. But I did give photo credit to Tanya, so thank you, Tanya. But when we meditate, part of our goal is, obviously, we want to rest our mind. We want to develop concentration. And I can share that personally, meditation has really helped me to improve clarity, especially when I'm trying to work through a problem. Even if I'm not meditating on that particular problem, meditation has allowed solutions to just kind of present themselves. The mind is an interesting thing, that when we're meditating, at least in my experience, solutions have come to me. And so that's been one of the benefits that I've experienced. And then, of course, and I think this is one we can all relate to, is we want to improve our emotional state. We want to improve emotional positivity and decrease stress and anxiety. And next week, we're going to do a meditation called the Loving Kindness Meditation, which is a positive focused guided meditation. Now, if you're wondering, well, is meditation helpful? Is it useful? Just to share a little data with you, this was a study that was conducted by the CDC between 2012 and 2017. Meditation is growing in popularity. It's experienced about a 10% growth across all adult age groups. And actually, there's quite a bit of literature coming out about meditation for children. There's some books on Amazon that are available on that topic as well. So it is something that's growing in popularity. People are finding it to be useful. So what are some categories of meditation? Now, there's many, many different types of meditation. What I've tried to do for you here is to boil them down into some categories so that it's a little bit more understandable rather than getting into a discussion about all the different types. So the first category is what's called focused or concentrative meditation. And this is something we're going to practice today. We're actually going to circle back to a practice that I introduced you to in my very first Mindful Monday called the 3-minute breathing space. Now, if you weren't present for that, not to worry. I'm going to go over how to do it again, but that's something we're going to practice at the end of today's presentation. So again, focused or concentrative, it can be challenging at first because if you think about it, if we have this sort of stormy monkey mind going on, the idea of asking your mind to settle down and to focus on one particular point can be very challenging for the mind, and it does take practice. But in this type of meditation, you're focusing on a breath, on a candle, on a sound, something in particular. Another category of meditation is called contemplative meditation. This might be something that's more spiritually centered or a guided meditation. So this is what you would experience quite a bit on one of the meditation apps like Headspace or Calm. One of the producers of guided meditations that I've always been a big fan of, that I've utilized in my own practice with patients in inpatient settings and outpatient settings, is by a woman by the name of Bella Ruth Naparstek. An interesting last name, right? Not a name you hear every day. But if you search her name on Amazon, she has some recordings that you can sample, and she has several different ones that you can try out. She has one on PTSD and trauma. She has one on anxiety and one on grief. So they do have some brief samples if you want to check her out. No, I'm not getting paid by Bella Ruth Naparstek, but I'm just happen to be a fan of her work. The third category is mantras or chanting. And of course, these are words or phrases that you might use in the process of meditating. It might be a word or phrase that you silently say to yourself, or a humming noise that you might make. A lot of chanting and mantras. The idea is that the focus on the vibration of the sound that is made along with whatever word you're chanting has some degree of impact on how you meditate. And the last category of meditation is called transcendental meditation. This is a particular type of meditation that was founded by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And you might recognize that name. He used to work with the Beatles back in the 60s. And he developed this type of transcendental meditation. He passed away in 2008, but transcendental meditation carries on. There's over 5 million practitioners. The one thing that's a little controversial about transcendental meditation is you have to be trained by a certified transcendental meditation practitioner. So there is some cost involved in getting involved in transcendental meditation. But the people that practice this type of meditation find it to be extremely helpful. So you might be wondering, well, how can I get started on meditation? What do I need to do? So what I would say to get started is to keep it simple. Make a commitment to 30 days. And I think right now, given our current circumstances, you don't have to get in your car and drive to work. This is a perfect opportunity to start a practice. So make a commitment to 30 days. And I think a simple way to start is to commit to 3 minutes per day for the first week. See how that goes. And if you find that you're doing okay with it, then you can expand that 3 minutes by another 2 or 3 minutes. And with each week, expand it a little bit more. And before you know it, after a month or so, you'll be doing 10 to 20 minutes of meditation. See what it's like. But the most important piece is to just do it. It's easy to fall into, well, I did that yesterday. It didn't really work for me. Do it anyway. Make that commitment to 30 days. And if it's helpful, there's a lot of research about um, involving someone like a buddy in goal setting that suggests that if you involve somebody in your goals, that you're much more likely to follow through with them. So if it's helpful to buddy up with somebody, maybe with a coworker, and make the commitment to doing this 30 days of meditation, you might be more likely to follow through with it. Create a space that's relaxing for you. But again, that's less important than just doing it. I like to meditate on my front porch. I have a nice front yard. I like to watch the birds in the trees. I like to be out in nature. It just works better for me, but sometimes I can't do that if it's cold or rainy. I have a place in my house, in my living room, that's quiet and peaceful for me as well. So it's nice, it's helpful to have a place that is quiet and comforting for you. Next thing is you want to learn to notice your body. Start to notice what's going on with you emotionally. And we're going to practice a little bit of that today. I've talked about this previously, and I think Tanya and Jim have also talked about this idea of cultivating self-compassion, cultivating an attitude of kindness, that it makes a difference in your practice. And then lastly, I would support you in trying to identify a meditation community. A number of years ago, when I first started getting into meditation, when I was initially researching it, I came across a study about Qigong, and I'm going to introduce you to Qigong in a couple of weeks. It's basically meditation with movement. But as part of our Qigong class, what we also do is some guided meditation and sometimes some silent meditation. And there's something about meditating with others that has it's a different kind of experience than just doing it by yourself. So the way I found my Qigong class was through meetup.com. I think if you were to go to meetup.com and research and search meditation, you would be able to find some online meditation that's going on in Tucson. And when people are able to get back together in person, you'll be able to attend those meditations in person. Now today, to end today's session, what I'd like to do is, as I mentioned earlier, I want to circle back to a practice that we started with in my very first Mindful Monday. And again, if you weren't present for that, not to worry, I'm going to go through it with you. So the first minute, so this is going to be in 3-minute chunks. The first minute is we're just going to drop into our awareness. What do we notice about our body? What do we notice about how we're feeling? Any thoughts that we might have? We might notice that there's some criticism or judgment going on, like this isn't helpful, I don't know about this. Acknowledge that and just stay with it. The next minute, we're just going to drop into just focusing on an aspect of our breath. And that will be either noticing the sensation of the breath going in or the breath going out, or you can focus on the sensation of the rise and fall of your chest. And then lastly, we'll bring our awareness back to our entire body. So what I'd like you to do to start is get in a comfortable position, feet on the floor, and start with 3 full breaths. And breathe however feels comfortable for you. And now notice bringing your awareness to your body. Notice how your body feels physically. Any emotions that might be present within your body. I know for me, sometimes when I have stress or anxiety, it shows up in my shoulders or my neck. Maybe for you, it's in your stomach or your chest. If you notice your mind wandering, that's perfectly normal. Just gently guide it back to focusing on your breath. Now I'd ask you to shift your focus to only on your breath, some aspect of your breath. And that might be the rise and fall of your chest, or the sensation of the breath going in and out of your nostrils or your mouth. Again, if you notice your mind wandering, gently guide it back to the sensation of your breath. Now expand your awareness to your entire body. What do you notice about your body that might be different? Any change in that feeling? Now you might be thinking, well, I don't know if this is going to be helpful to me. And that's okay. But this is where practice comes in. We might have days where it feels like it didn't help as much. But we want to focus on the practice. And when it feels okay for you, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. Focus on some aspect, maybe a light or just how you're feeling in general. I want to thank you for joining me this morning. And just again, as a preview for next week, we are going to be there will be no presentation. It's going to be practice only. And we're going to be practicing the loving kindness meditation, guided meditation. So I look forward to hopefully having you there. And again, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next week for the next Mindful Monday. Take care.